What up everybody, it's me Blake316 here with the new video, and in this video we're going to be talking about Gears 5 and how I'm low-key type worried about this game. Now before I go and explain why I'm worried about this game, let me first show my Gears of War credentials. For example, got a couple games right here. We got Gears of War 2. We got Gears of War 3, we got Gears of War Ultimate Edition, and then we got Gears of War 4. No, I don't have Judgment because I just wasn't really into it at the time. I was kind of burnt out at Gears at the particular time. I didn't pick it up, and from what I heard, I pretty much didn't miss nothing. Now, let's get on to Gears 5. Now, this game, it's kind of crazy how it's drawing so many different emotions from people. First off, a lot of people are worried and concerned. Not even worried and concerned. They're finding a reason to complain about the game. Basically, at first they were worried, stating how, oh no, the campaign might only be 6 hours. This is going to be a bad game, etc. First off, let's be honest. Gears of War at this point, it's not about the campaign. It's predominantly a multiplayer game, whether it's Deathmatch, King of the Hill, Horde mode. They even added like an arcade mode. It's mainly a multiplayer game, and it's always mainly been a multiplayer game. Yes, they have some campaign that I like, especially when it's co-op, but people were complaining that, oh no, it might only be 6 or 7 hours. Me personally, I don't know about you guys, I would love for it to only be 7, 8 hours. Nobody wants to play no 15, 20 hour Gears of War campaign mode. Nobody does. Gears of War is not that type of game that you want to play for 20 hours in a campaign. It just ain't it, bruh. For me personally, 8 hours is perfect. This reminds me back in the day where people were complaining about Halo 8 ODST and how it was just a 4-hour campaign with multiplayer. It's funny that people were complaining about that then, but supposedly that's everyone's favorite Halo now. But anyway, I digress. Basically, campaign footage has recently come out, and people are hype. People are saying, oh man, this is going to be a 15-hour Gears of War campaign. It's going to be open world with RPG elements, and it's going to have like side quests. Me personally, I just showed you my Gears credentials. I'm not hyped about that, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm particularly very worried. First off, who wants an open world Gears of War game? Not me. For people who are hyped about a Gears of War game being open world, have you ever played a Gears of War game before? The game is, first off, it's third-person shooter, but it's kind of awkward like a third-person shooter over the shoulder where he only sidesteps when he walks. It's not that type of control movement that you want in an open world, especially for 15 to 20 hours. It's not that type of game. It's too slow paced, the movement of Gears of War characters. That's not something I want to control for 20 hours. And people are excited with the RPG elements. I'm only hoping and assuming that's going to be like weapon upgrades. Another thing that people are going crazy over, they see open world with vehicles. First off, the open world looks boring as hell. You're just riding along and there's nothing there. There's no environment such as weather. There's no life with grass and trees with movement blowing in the wind. There's no life, period. It reminds me of that Mad Max game where it's just, you're just traveling and it's just boring. And you're like, can I freaking get to my destination already? Another thing, the vehicles, I not even low key, straight up look like Star Wars episode pod racers. The vehicle looks like a Star Wars pod racer. There's nothing unique and original about that whatsoever. And I'm like, bruh, that's not hot. That's not dope at all, bruh. And the gameplay that I've seen, the controls in the vehicle look terrible. Like people are just running and driving into hills, and it looked like the worst control ever. Mind you, like Gears of War controls are already kind of like tanked control as it is. It looks bad, bro, and it has me worried because if this is an open world, that's not really how I want to travel. Kind of like with that Link game, the cartoon one, where you had to travel on a boat. Nobody liked that. That was not a good time. And then there's some other elements of the game where like they're showing how the open world has ice and the monsters are walking on the ice and you shoot the ice and then they fall through it, which looked kind of cool, but I guess the monsters can't swim, so they automatically die. But bruh, I'm telling you right now, I was perfectly fine with an 8-hour Gears of War campaign and a bunch of multiplayer modes. Because at the end of the day, once you beat the campaign, you're going to spend all the time on a multiplayer anyway. You're going to spend 8 hours on campaign and 80 hours on multiplayer. Since when are people like so crazy about a campaign? But then again, it's Microsoft. Then again, it's an Xbox exclusive. You know, you got to find something to complain about. You got to find something to try to bring it down, because more people these days enjoy complaining about games than actually playing them anyway. That's kind of the narrative with Xbox games, right? But I'm worried. I'm not like, I was hyped. I seen the commercials. I seen the trailer. The game looks good. Visually, it looks dope. Action gameplay. But then they're just showing action elements. Apparently, it's open world where you got to travel. And that doesn't look fun to me, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. And if that's 15, 20 hours, that's not going to be a good time. I'm telling you now. Just like all those other open world games where you got to travel, like Just Cause, even Red Dead Redemption, when you got to ride the horse just to get from destination to destination. That shit ain't fun. It's really not. And that Gears of War is always about action gameplay, nonstop. If it's 8 hours of nonstop action, I'll take that over a dragged out 20-hour campaign of open world travel. And if it doesn't have fast travel, bruh, that's not it. Like, it's really not. But like I said, the big thing for me personally with campaign is the co-op. If you ain't never played like Halo co-op or Gears of War co-op, I'm hoping for like a 4-player co-op, maybe no less than 3. But yeah, that's something I'm looking for. But like, again, that campaign is looking kind of, it ain't looking too good for me. I'm kind of worried. The multiplayer, I already know it's going to be it. I'm personally really excited for Gears of War 5, mainly for a reason to play on my Xbox. For me personally, this year hasn't been that great in games, other than like Sekiro and Crackdown 3 and a few Nintendo Switch titles. This year hasn't really been a big year for me personally, but I'm really looking forward to Gears of War 5. I'm really looking forward to getting into a multiplayer game. I was first burnt out in first-person shooters or Gears of War type games. Now I think I'm ready to get back in it. But anyway, I don't know, man. That campaign got me looking kind of crazy. As far as scores, I'm really predicting this game's going to scale like probably a 92 on Metacritic. I think it's just doing everything right. I mean, apparently, like with the female on the cover, they're doing they're doing all those type of game modes for multiplayer. They're trying new things in the campaign, which I think is going to be bad. But I think this game is going to score really well. And like I said before, Gears of War or Gears 5 is going to potentially make or break the next Xbox console. If this game bombs, say goodbye to the Xbox brand, and it's going to be it's just going to be done going forward. If it does successfully well, not even with sales, just in scores, if the scores come, the sales are going to come as well. I think Xbox going into the next generation is going to go back on that incline going up. That's just my opinion, but yeah, I'm definitely worried about that Gears of War. Gears 5 gameplay. Is it even Gears of War anymore? But anyway, it's me, Blake316, giving my opinions on this Gears 5. Seeing the gameplay, it's looking kind of scared, bro. I don't know. I ain't too hyped about it. I mean, I'm being real. Like I said, that Star Wars episode pod ranger stuff ain't really that popping. Anyway, it's me, Blake316, and I'm keeping it real, guys. I'm keeping it real. A lot of YouTubers ain't doing this no more. Make sure to subscribe for future videos. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. Hit that notification bell so for all updates. Until next time, peace. Like I said, guys, make sure to follow me on twitter.com/Blake316, where not only do I talk about my YouTube videos, but I also talk about sports, current events, anything that's trending at the current time, where I basically give my opinions and share with other people, and you can pretty much interact with me back, and we can just talk about whatever. I definitely respond to everyone. Other than that, like I said, twitter.com/Blake316. Peace.